In the news tonight, Governor Obiano commended for ongoing construction of Nteje Nnadi Road. State Police Command arrests 56 suspected cultists from different parts of the state. PENCOM to investigate civil servants who make voluntary contributions above 5 million naira. On the foreign scene, death toll in California wildfire rises to 31, with 200 others still missing. Good evening and thanks for joining us on ABS Television News. I am Franklin Onyekachi. Now the news in details. The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Political Matters, Comrade Osita Nwoye, says Governor Willie Obiano has conscientiously delivered even democratic dividends to Anambra. Comrade Nwoye disclosed this during an event at Nsugbe, Anambra East Local Government Area. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye completes the story.
During the event, which drew members from the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA, from the local government area and Nsugbe community, Comrade Nwoye said that the current administration in the state has entrenched relative peace and tranquility as well as effective security, which is the catalyst for socio-economic development of any nation. He pointed out that the 20 million naira community shows the project initiative introduced by the present state government has helped most communities, including Nsugbe, to execute projects of their choice. A former special advisor to the governor on political matters, Chief Chinedu Obidigwe, also commended Governor Willie Obiano for his uncommon leadership style, even as he said that the Obiano's government has done a lot for the community, including the completion of Nwaforu's College of Education Nsugbe Road, as well as the ongoing construction of Nteje Nnadi Road, among others.
And the politics and that you will be given a pen and sugar. Nsugbe now participate in a government upon government. Now, government in Kekaka will bless your Nsugbe, the government after. And the other government after. Now, government after and Kekaka will bless and Nsugbe, the government will be. I stay for news here, email to the Rajava Abatan.
The traditional ruler of Nsugbe, Igwe Victor Ntoka, appreciated the Anambra state government for its tireless efforts to make the state the true light of the nation and promised that his community will always support the government.
I like an Echuku. I am a local Sankatata. Kenaya, Ariko Yelani. And when you're lying, where can I go to a pattern or there? A couple of pattern or there, I got a rebel. When I come, come on, I risk and DBA. I come, if I would go to Kage Buzo, of one to Kanga Golobi, of our risk, keep a week and I want. And I spoil an hour, I organize you.
For the APGA woman leader, Ward 1, Mrs. Eukaria Atta, the party has done well under the Obiano administration and called on their members to work assiduously to ensure that the party emerged victorious in all parts of the state in the 2019 general elections. The event was also an avenue to officially open an organization under APGA named Akoma Grassroots Movement, Nsugbe Branch. From Nsugbe, Anambra East Local Government Area, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The Willie Obiano Support Group has described the achievements of the present administration as overwhelming and unstoppable. In a statement in Awka, the national coordinator of the support group, Chief Jude Emecheta, said the recent ranking of Anambra State by the World Bank as the best in implementation of their joint projects in the southeast and south-south geopolitical zones of Nigeria is a clear testimony that the Obiano administration is doing very well. Chief Emecheta also noted that the selection of the governor by the African Security Watch as the foremost protector of lives and property in Central and West Africa is another clear evidence of good governance. He said that it is gratifying that barely 8 months into the governor's second tenure, the state has received landmark national and international awards, especially in the education sector. The national coordinator of the Willie Obiano Support Group pledged that his group will unflinchingly support all candidates who emerged from the recent primaries of ABGA in future elections in Nigeria. Chief Emecheta also made a clarion call on the people of Anambra State to do everything in their powers to sustain and safeguard the religious harmony in the state, pointing out that the people have so many good things in common. The chairman of the Reconciliation Committee of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA, Dr. Uju Okeke, has called on members of the party to become united and ensure that the party comes out stronger despite challenges posed to the party after its primaries. The Reconciliation Committee was set up by the national leader of the party and Governor of Anambra State, Chief Willie Obiano, to reconcile aggrieved members of the party ahead of the 2019 general elections. Speaking at a meeting today with serving political appointees of the party, Dr. Okeke charged them to take back to their various communities and areas of influence messages of peace, brotherhood, and hope. She reported that the committee had previously met with ABGA state executives, transition committee chairmen, and the aspirants, and that in line with the mandate given to the committee, it will carry out its functions objectively and report back its findings. The secretary of the committee and political advisor to Governor Obiano, Barrister Ifeatu Obi-Okoye, charged the appointees to be cautious in their utterances, especially those asking for the resignation of some party executives, stating that the appointees should consider themselves as the last line of defense and brigade of guards of both the governor and the party. Commenting, Chief Ben Obi, a party stalwart, praised Governor Obiano for the courage in setting up the committee, saying that it was timely. The meeting was attended by serving commissioners, special advisors, heads of ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, senior special assistants, and executive assistants to Governor Obiano. The committee continues its assignment with meetings with other critical stakeholders, including traditional rulers, and is expected to submit its report to the national leader on Saturday, November 17, 2018, that is less than 5 days from today. Following recent upsurge in court activities in the state police commissioner, Mr. Garba Umar, has directed for the immediate and aggressive manhunt of perpetrators, including their sponsors, in order to stem the tide of the menace, and the directive has started yielding positive results. Consequently, from 1st November 2018, the State Command Special Anti-Cultism Squad has so far arrested a total number of 56 suspected cultists from various parts of the state. In Ogidi and Mbo, 13 confessed cultists were arrested. At Tihiala local government area, 10 were arrested. In Oka and its environs, 7 suspects were arrested, and at Nofia and Enugu. Meanwhile, 8 suspects were arrested at Atane, while at Ayamelum, 11 suspects were taken in custody of the police. Out of the 56 suspects arrested so far, 38 have confessed and were charged to court, while 18 others are under investigation. In a statement signed by the police public relations officer, Anambra State Command, Haruna Mohammed, the command is determined, as usual, to ensure that criminals have no hiding place in the state, no matter how highly placed they might be, especially during this period of ember months, and will deal decisively with anyone apprehended in accordance with the law. The command further assured all in the Anambra of his commitment towards providing safety and security in the state, and implored parents and guardians to caution their children to refrain from indulging in cultism and other nefarious activities. The plethora of awards and recognitions coming to the Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, appears unending, even as it has been awarded the Best TV Station East of the Niger 2018. ABS received the award during the 3rd annual event of the Association of Music and Film Producers and Marketers of Nigeria, held in Oka over the weekend. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo was there and now reports.
The event, tagged A Day to Remember in November, attracted members and non-members of the association from across the state and beyond, and was a moment for talent displays and recognition of excellence. In his address, the national president of the association, Evangelist Justice Nwasike, who described a movement as the grandfather of all music and film associations in the country, reassured their commitment to positively transforming the society through their talents and called on government at all levels to assist them in the fight against piracy, as it is one of the major challenges facing them.
This has in record the biggest investors and marketers of Nigerian music and film, and they are all from Southeast. To make a passionate appeal to our state government under the governance of Chief Dr. Willie Obiano Akpokwadike Global, the entertainment-loving governor, the only governor in Nigeria who supports entertainment and empowers entertainers.
Earlier in his remarks, the chairman on the occasion, Chief Damian Okeke, who is the state president Ohaneze Ndigbo, expressed dissatisfaction with the performances of some artists who no longer consider the plight and interests of the people in their music and films, and advised both music and film artists, especially the Igbo among them, to always use the platform to positively impact lives and promote Igbo culture and tradition.
Very happy because it came from those that made people happy. The music performing association and Nollywood and others is another industry that will be self-employed to use. Those who are talented and those who are gifted, they can be self-employed. So I'm here today to encourage them whatever they are doing, because initially people thought that these entertainers wayward people. But you can find, if you go to Europe, developed countries, they are the millionaires, because it's the talents that are using.
On our part, the Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Stella Okunna, while comparing the actors and musicians with journalists, who she said have great power of influence, charged them to use their profession in making positive influence on their audience and fans, and to avoid acts and words that encourage gender inequality. Speaking, the national patron of the association, Chief Okudile Ezenwankwo, commended the teaming spirit among the members and promised to synergize with them in the fight against piracy and intimidation of all sorts. Receiving the award on behalf of the ABS family, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the station, Mr. Uchenwora, represented by the Director, News and Current Affairs Department, ABS, Mr. Gebo Baleze, while appreciating the group for the recognition, dedicated the award to Governor Willie Obiano, who according to him is the brain behind the station's recent achievements in the modern media world through his administration's ability to modernize the station to a standard to compete favorably with stations world over, and assured the group of ABS continuous support.
Studios. When you are digital transmitter, I want to be quiet. If it's a quarter for now, I want that I have to be a level of Macana. You two are put down the phone. Film production cannot actually get to the audience unless they pass through the media of mass communication, of which the Anambra Broadcasting Service is an integral.
Others who received awards during the occasion, including the state president Ohaneze Ndigbo, Chief Okeke, traditional ruler of Umuawolo, Igwe Joel Egwonwu, President General Okorocha, Chief Tony Onyagolo, Captain Francis Ndubueze, Miss Helen Ukeze, a hip-hop singer popularly known as Rasil, gospel artist Bro Abraham Edozie, popularly known as Captain Wambwenta, among others, thanked a movement for the honor done them and promised to contribute for its growth and sustenance. In Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
As part of efforts to prevent workers from using their pension accounts for money laundering, operators will begin to investigate workers who make voluntary contributions of 5 million and above into their retirement savings accounts. The National Pension Commission disclosed this in its new guidelines for voluntary contributions under the Contributory Pension Scheme. A section of the guideline reads, "In line with the Money Laundering Act 2011 and Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency requirement, pension fund custodians shall report any single voluntary contribution lodgement of 5 million and above. PFC shall forward a copy of the report on such lodgement to the relevant pension fund administrator." The Commission had earlier stated that it became imperative for it to review the provisions for voluntary contribution under the CPS to address some concerns, which include combating money laundering after it observed high incidence of withdrawals. Additional voluntary contributions are savings made over the statutory minimum of 18% mandated by PENCOM. Due to this action, the Commission said it was providing further support to the current administration's main thrust of enhancing transparency in all facets of economic activities. It added that the main thrust of the circular was that voluntary contributions could only be withdrawn once in every 2 years, while subsequent withdrawals would be on incremental contributions from the last withdrawal. The Commission noted that the Pension Reform Act 2014 allowed employees to make voluntary contributions into their RSAs in addition to their mandatory pension contributions, with the sole aim of enhancing their retirement benefits. It explained that voluntary contributions under the guidelines will be non-obligatory contributions made by any employee in the formal sector through the employer. And on business news, top management officials of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation have met with financiers abroad to further negotiate terms for the proposed rehabilitation of the nation's refineries. Nigeria has 4 refineries. The Port Harcourt Refinery Company is made up of 2 refineries. The others are the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company and Kaduna Refining and Petrochemical Company. The 4 refineries have an installed capacity of 445,000 barrels per day, but they have continued to operate far below the installed capacity for many years. And on the foreign scene, the death toll in wildfires sweeping California has risen to 31, with more than 200 people still unaccounted for. Officials say at least 6 more people were confirmed killed in the campfire in the north of the state, taking the toll there to 29. That fire now equals the deadliest on record in California, the 1933 Griffith Park disaster in Los Angeles. In the south, the Woolsey fire has claimed 2 lives as it damaged beach resorts, including Malibu. An estimated 250,000 people have been forced to flee their homes to avoid 3 major blazes in the state. With strengthening winds threatening to spread the flames, California Governor Jerry Brown has urged President Donald Trump to declare a major disaster, a move that will harness more federal emergency funds. The appeal came a day after Mr. Trump threatened to cut funding for California, blaming the fires on poor forest management. Emergency teams have been sifting through the remains of more than 6,700 homes and businesses burned down in the town of Paradise. The town and surrounding area bore the brunt of the inferno, which started in nearby forests on Thursday. And in the world of sports, Monaco's owners have backed Thierry Henry as coach, just hours after his side were beaten 4-0 by Paris Saint-Germain to extend Henry's winless run to 6 games. Vadim Vasilyev, Monaco's vice president, said they will not bow to mounting pressure and fire Henry, who has drawn 2 and lost 4 matches since succeeding Leonardo Jardim. The former Arsenal and Barcelona striker took over in the Principality last month, but has struggled in his new role at last season's League One runners-up. Injuries have played a part, with several first-team players unavailable and a strategy of selling top players has hardly helped instill the club with a sense of stability. Bernardo Silva, Benjamin Mendy, and Kylian Mbappe are among those who have left in recent years. Monaco were outclassed yesterday as PSG breezed past them with a hat-trick from Edinson Cavani and a penalty from Neymar. They are already out of the Champions League after taking just 1 point from a possible 12, and they sit joint bottom of League One standings with 7 points from 13 games. Still on sports, Ajuma Otache, a Super Falcons midfielder, has died. She was aged 33. According to the verified Twitter handle of the National Football Federation at 10NFF, Otache died on Saturday. The NFF expressed sadness at the news of her death and sympathized with her young family. Otache won the 2014 African Women Cup of Nations with the Super Falcons. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging onto our website at www.absradiotv.com. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ABSRadioTelevision. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABSRadioTV. And that's the news, but before we go, another look at the top stories. Governor Obiano has been commended for ongoing construction of Nteje-Nnadi-Nsugbe Road. The State Police Command has arrested 56 cultists from different parts of the state. PENCOM is to investigate civil servants who make voluntary contributions above 5 million naira. And on the foreign scene, we told you that death toll in California wildfire has risen to 31 with 200 others still unaccounted for. And that's the news. Thanks for watching. Good night. I'm Franklin Onyekachi.